Liverpool. The stream slightly died, but here we go, we're back. So it's Wittmann. Raiden manages to improve his time at 22.3, an extraordinary lap time, a full second clear of anyone else, as they now start to set their lap times. As they got to set their lap times, then it is Raiden that's on pole position, Wittmann second, Fuji third. So the two main title protagonists are starting on the same side of the grid on pole position and third position. Although Hubi's managed to get up ahead there. Although I don't know if that's I mean, it's tricky to tell at the moment. The qualifying's over and we're just waiting for everyone to choose what tyres they wish to start the race on and everything, and we should be ready to go shortly. But it is there it is, Raiden. So actually, no, Fuji's been dropped down to 4th place. His teammate managed to get on the front row of the grid there. So we've got Raiden, who is on pole position then, Hubi starting second, 3rd place Wittmann, and in 4th is Fuji, 5th place Night Donner, and teams in contention for the team's championship are all starting inside the top 6. It is all important Fuji race. I don't think there's been quite a race like it, and I for one am ready for this, as Raiden, 2 points behind Fuji into the final race of the season in the championship, starts on pole position, and final will begin in 5 seconds. Here we go then, on the front row with him. Wittmann and Fuji line up on the second row. Night Donner, Ruti 5th and 6th. Hunty, Walter and a 3 guy down in last, as we see the cars ready to go. The tension builds as we prepare to fight for the championship. The lights come on, they're preparing themselves for turn 1. And it's lights out and away we go. Who's gone off the line? Well, I think Raiden looked to bog down slightly off the line. The 2 Stone Age Motorsport cars are still running in formation, heading into turn 1. Hubi looks to try and get down the inside into the first corner. Fuji's gone aggressive, and he's gone deep. He's gone into the first corner too much. He went too aggressive, and he's ended up spinning across the track. And Fuji's dropping down the order, but Fuji takes the lead of the race with Raiden in 2nd place, 3rd place Knight, 4th is Wittmann, Hunty in 5th, 6th place in 3 guy, and even Fuji's dropped all the way down to 9th place. A colossal disaster, as he's just tried to go too aggressive into turn 1 to try and take the lead. Unbelievable. Raiden is now into 2nd place in the championship. He's now in his hands off the start of the race, chasing down Hubi for the win. He's going to want to win it in style, but at the moment Fuji, who went deep into the first corner, has ended up getting it all wrong, and in the end, there we go. It is complete and utter disaster for Fuji and the Northmen, as he's dropped down at the start. But all in all, here we go, trying to make sure it's enough for him. He's got a long race though. He's going to want to try and catch it back up. He spun at the first corner in Bathurst on the first lap. Then at the end of the race, he came through to win on the final lap, and here he comes trying to get past Ruti now, trying to hold on around the outside. Here he comes. Here comes Fuji. Does he get to the inside, heading down the main straight? In fact, I think Raiden has taken the lead. He has on Hubi there, but now it's Fuji in the background trying to find his way ahead of Ruti, and he gets ahead there. As we can see, here comes Fuji down in 8th place after a disastrous start to his championship battle with Raiden, who is on the mediums, and there's Hubi on the mediums for Nike, mediums for Wittmann, Hunty on the hards. Then it's M3 guy who's got a great start up into 6th place, but it is Fuji who's going to be on a mission and determined to find that back now. So fight back and here's Walter all over the back. Then free guy Walter gets down the inside into turn 5. They make contact as then free guy gets in. And Walter spins it on the traction. And then free guy gets straight back past the end. But this quarrelling here is only going to allow Fuji to close in. And Fuji needs to close in now. Because with every second, I mean, I know we're only on lap 2, but it's still an all-important race as Raiden leads away now. Fuji in second place with third place Nike, fourth Wittmann. Hunty into 5th place, 6th is M3 guy with Walter all over the back, and Fuji has properly closed in now on the final corner, and M3 guy defends yet again. M3 guy loves defending, but he cuts back, goes Walter, and Walter gets through into 6th place. Next up Fuji going to now. But M3 guy, he's coming back on Walter, he comes back, Walter chooses the need to defend. And M3 guy looks to try and go to the outside, and I think Fuji's trying to get around the outside of M3 guy into turn 1. He's going for that around the outside. That wasn't quite enough as he's holding it there, and he's not quite close enough. But brave stuff from Fuji. Is he going to go for into turn 3? I think it does, and down the inside. And what a move from Fuji. Runs slightly wide on the exit, though that could give him the penalty. But he does get ahead there. Some brave stuff for Fuji. He's not letting the fears of the title in now, and Fuji is chasing down Raiden. Fuji, the teammate of the man that has dropped back for the championship. Hunty, the Punty, is now, and now Ruti's all over the back of M3 guy. And this is, with Ruti being that far down the order, it does cost Red Bull a shot at the Times Championship. Hunty running in 5th place then with Fuji in 7th. Here we go then, Fuji trying to close up in the top 4, or very close. In fact, it could possibly be Night Donner to get up into 2nd place. Here we go then, is Fuji going to be able to close in enough? He is in the slipstream, and here he goes then. Slipstreaming in and in and in. And Fuji bailed into the pits there, we saw in the background. Fuji is the first of the early stoppers. Is this a changed plan, or is this the plan he was wanting to go with? We can imagine he's going on the softs now to try and make sure he's got. And now we've got this battle at the front as Raiden is being chased down by Fuji, being chased down by Night Donner, and Wittmann's there or thereabouts as he clattered the ball out, and Fuji tries to get to the inside into turn 5. There was almost a move there down the inside there, but Fuji doesn't quite get ahead, and now Fuji's chasing him around. And with Wittmann a 10th penalty, Night Donner's suddenly gone a lot closer through turn 6, through turns 7 and 8, and into turn 9 at the bottom. Here is Night Donner going to shape up a move on Fuji. No, not quite, but the top 3 all very close to each other at the moment. Here he goes, and with Night Donner just practically pushing him through the chicane here now, and very close. In fact, a bit sketchy on the exit there is Fuji. But Fuji has set the fastest lap of this race, whether Raiden's trying to drive conservatively. He's looking very well after his tyres at the moment. Runs a bit wide and across the curve, almost looking like he was starting to spin there, but here it comes Fuji now into the final corner. Is he going to be close enough to overtake Raiden in the championship? The Dutchman is being chased down by the Croatian here now, and in the slipstream. Here we go then, here comes Night Donner following Fuji. Here he goes, 3 attempts back. And is he getting closer? He's actually losing time, so I wonder, should he be using his overtake, or is he just able to stay in the slipstream? There's a Red Bull in the back peering up into the pit lane, and in fact I think that is Walter who's gotten ahead of Hunter, and there's a 3 guy being chased down by Fuji, who has pitted ahead of Raiden. He is desperately trying to get ahead of Raiden. Here he comes, Fuji's gone closer. Does he go for the move? He does not. He stays backing out of that one. But at the moment it is Raiden who will be crowned champion of the Super Formula Season 3. And Raiden and Nike both getting similarly squirrely out of that corner as we come filing through the final part of the lap. Here we go then, here is Fuji. And they're all getting a little bit out of shape coming out of some of these corners. They're really pushing for it now. As Fuji looks to shape up a move into turn 1, but it doesn't quite have. Has he got the run on Raiden? He has, and he's got the slipstream as well. The slipstream is pretty strong in these cars, and they both peer onto the pits and off, and the pit lane is now theirs as Raiden, Fuji, Night Donner, Wittmann in as well as Walter continue on, as does Hunty. Hunty does not. Fuji continues on. Now where's Raiden? Where's Raiden coming out of all this? He's there. Is Fuji ahead? Fuji's not ahead of any of them, which will be distant. Fuji has got a very much closer now, heading through into turn 5. Is he going to go for it down the inside again? Surely Raiden's going to catch wise at this stage. Fuji keeps going for it, and on this occasion Fuji's not gone for it there, learning that that hasn't quite paid off on the last occasions. But Night Donner getting very close indeed. Here he comes then. Round head is a head round the final toward the middle sector into the chicane. Is Mike Donner going to go for a move on Hubi there? Is Hubi going to go for a move on Raiden? They're getting very close into the chicane. Hubi manages to get through and everything. He's looking to get through. Okay, Walter seemingly defending against Wittmann, and that's allowing for Buki to get a lot closer, and that's a corner cut there from Wittmann. And we all saw that as an attempted move there, who in the end clearly cut the corner, but he does get ahead, and the move is done for P4, although here comes Walter to get down the inside of the next corner, and he's battling it, and in fact that's Raiden taking a rather defensive line from Hubi now, and in fact Hubi's gotten very close, and he's going side by side. Hubi using the overtake button, powers it alongside, down the main straight. Is Mike Donegan. Hubi tries to hook to the inside of the straight, he peels back into the slipstream. Raiden goes defensive, and in fact Hubi's still on his outside though, and does Mike Donegan try to slice down the middle? Not yet, but Raiden defending that inside line. In fact, here comes Mike Donner getting very close indeed. The top three are all within 3 tenths of each other. They're practically pushing each other down the straight here. Into turn 3, here we go then. This is now Hubi getting very close, and he pulls to the inside, and he's on the inside of turn 5 even, and with Mike Donner with a penalty. That's turn 4. Anyway, here comes Hubi through, and he doesn't get ahead yet again. Hubi sat behind him in second place, with Mike Donner third, fourth place Wittmann. Fifth is Fuji, who's managed to get himself ahead of Walter. Walter and should drop again for Fuji and Wittmann here. And here we go then, this is now time for Hubi, who's gone ahead. Hubi has gotten himself ahead of Raiden, and we miss out against the chicane. And there is a problem as Hubi takes the lead of the race, with Raiden now in second place. Mike Donner holds it in third. In fourth place goes Wittmann G. But I can tell you now, it is Hubi who leads this race, with Raiden in second place. Third place is Mike Donner. Wittmann just a bit far behind, with Fuji running in 5th place after having a problem at the start of the race, still holding the fastest lap. And for Fuji, is he making a second pit stop? Yes, he does. Fuji bails into the pit lane there now, but Raiden's retaking the lead. Hubi comes to the inside, but not quite enough there, and these two are going all out for the win here. And at the moment, Raiden is currently winning the championship as the live standings, but here comes Hubi now, who's going to hold it around the outside of turn 3, around the outside, and what a move from Hubi to take the lead there. Raiden drops back immediately into the clutches of Mike Donner, who has picked up a penalty, with Wittmann in 4th place now. Here we go then, here is Raiden, who is still trying to chase down, but he's dropped about a second off Hubi now, and so Raiden is dropping behind Hubi. In fact, there's the 2 Stone Age Motorsport cars switching places as Wittmann pulls to the inside, and he gets down the inside with a purple middle sector as well, but Raiden trying to close in on Hubi, who currently leads this race. But Hubi leads, Raiden in second and currently winning the championship. Wittmann in third, 4th place Mike Donner. Walter continuing on, but with Fuji rapidly closing now. Fuji's last time that he set was a 24.2. Raiden's last was a 23.8. So in fact, Raiden was quicker on the previous couple of laps. As here comes Raiden to pull to the inside into turn 1. And down the inside into the first corner. Here comes Raiden now, and Raiden takes the lead back into turn 1 there now. Here comes Raiden back in the lead of the race, with Hubi in second place. Third place is Wittmann. Fourth is Mike Donner. As chasing down his teammate is now Mike Donner. We've got Hubi and Raiden now going side by side, heading into the final part of the lap. Here we go then into the final sector. Raiden holds the inside line, and to the inside comes Raiden, and he pulls to the inside, and down the inside goes Raiden, and he takes the lead ahead of Hubi there. Hubi tries to pull around the outside, but that's not quite enough to get around the outside there now. It's not enough, he doesn't quite get back ahead, but he's trying to get ahead there now. We've got the 2 Stone Age Motorsport cars as well, and for Fuji, he's managed to get himself with a 5th, and I think as Walter pitted, I believe Walter has made a pit stop now, so everyone has made at least 1 stop in this race. But for Fuji, who is trying everything to close in on the leaders, and he is actually closing in, he's lapping currently quicker than Raiden, who leads this race, who is Raiden pales into the pits, and there he goes then. So it is now Night Donna moves up into second place, and in third place goes Goodman. And for Buki, is he going to get out as he sets the fastest lap across the line? He does set the fastest lap. Raiden comes out though, and his rival for Buki is not quite close enough, and now Raiden's got the faster tyres because he's got fresher set of tyres. Here's Night Donna with Vidman in third. Chasing down, these two have been very close all race so far as Uber continues to lead away, and now for Buki needs to try and catch up to Raiden. 22.9 on his last lap, whereas a 24.0 on his. So for Buki, who sets the fastest lap of the race, is really closing in now. But in the end, here we go, in the end, it is for Buki, who is trying to close in on Raiden, and I don't think it's quite enough for him at the moment. He's not quite close enough to this race to take this championship, basically. But if it finishes like this, with Raiden fourth, Fuji fifth, it would be a tie, and on countback, Fuji would win the championship on account of him having 3 wins. Raiden only got 2, but here comes Vitman to try and get to the inside into the final corner of Vitman. Does it quite enough? No, it's not, and Raiden still holds out. Vitman, here we go then. The slipstream of Vitman. Does Vitman peel into the pits? Yes, he does. I almost thought Raiden was going to go into the pit lane there. Buki, is he going to come out ahead of this lot? You'd think he would. And he does there not. With his teammate. But he does come out in third place. So for Buki now running in third and ahead of the 2 Stone Age Motorsport cars, the next car to him is Hubi, his teammate for this one. For Buki's last lap at 23.9. Whereas Raiden was apparently 3 seconds quicker, but that's because he came out of the pits with not around time. Now with Hubi though in second on fresh softs. And in fact, so with Hubi now chasing him down on the fresher, softer tyres to what Raiden's on as we approach onto the halfway point of this race now as Raiden flies down the hill into the chicane at the bottom of the into the final sector we go then. And here comes Raiden leading the race, but the gap is being chopped down by Hubi. For Buki's becoming under increasing pressure from Night Donna now. Night Donna, who is probably about to get ahead of Fubuki. Here comes Night Donna to the inside, into the final corner. Here comes Night Donna to take fourth, and he does third, sorry. And Night Donna takes third. Fubuki's trying to drive it around the outside though, and they remain side by side. And here comes Fubuki to chop off third place, but Fubuki ends up coming into the pits.